Guys, welcome to Dria Talks Thursday, of course. I'm your girl Dria. We got Regularity Minds in the building for this special. This is a special episode. This is a
Yeah.
special one. Okay. Because it's Thanksgiving for those who do celebrate it, for those. Turkey Day.
Turkey Day. That's the day.
Turkey.
Yay.
For the people who don't eat turkey, I mean, yeah, it's just the regular day that you get off and spend with your family, I guess. So if you
Yay.
so
It's
yes.
Communion Day.
Is who?
Communion Day. The ancestors come on Thursday. That's
Okay.
the day to commune with family. I have to believe it was created that way. That's why we actually have Thanksgiving on a Thursday.
Hmm.
And we don't think about us doing something collectively like that, like communing, and then someone who understands what they set it up for, utilizing that energy for their own intents and purposes.
Okay, so let me say, okay. So for people who would say, because on social media, those they'll have a group of people who will challenge that and say, well, why does it have to be a special holiday that is declared by somebody else for you to be able to commune and fellowship and to have this time spent with family and friends throughout the year? Why does it have to be on these particular days?
Well, I have an Orisha, and Orisha practice is that communion happens on Thursday. It is a pagan spirituality practice, and so with that, the same way Jesus was not born on December 25th, but we practice that holiday of his birth on December 25th, and it coincides with another pagan holiday. I have to
Mm,
believe that Thanksgiving, the same way, was created so that the entire country would be worshiping essentially on this day. And the
mm,
energy we put together, which is extremely positive, it's a day of gratitude. That energy can be utilized to do something very special. And so, if I were a person who was going against, say, a spiritual idea of how things would go, or even if I was going along with a spiritual idea of how things could go in terms of positive and things that you can change, tomorrow is a great day because people will already be practicing gratitude. Depending on how intense your ashe is, you can commune with all of those around you, the ones in your neighborhoods who are doing the same as you. So while you're sitting around your tables and you're saying what you're grateful for, think in terms of what you want to exist so you can start creating that.
mm,
Let's use the energy that we're going to create regardless and have created every Thanksgiving on a Thursday
mm,
and utilize it ourselves as opposed to letting others use it and take advantage of us.
mm. Okay. I like it. I like it. So for the ones then, for the ones who would say, well, and I guess we just finished out Scorpio season, and shout out to all the Sagittarius. Happy birthday, Sagittarius season, big fire
Sag
gang,
rising. Sag
big.
rising here.
Oh, say
Uh,
okay, period.
I celebrate their birthday too.
Big,
It's our
big,
birthday.
big Jupiter and Sag. You feel me? Give me my money.
Yes.
Yay! Just give me my money, okay? Big sad season, okay? And shout out, yeah, to all of my daughters and all, I love them. Shout out to y'all,
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah.
Because Scorpios is about transformation, and I was going to say that we typically will transmute and learn how to transform pain into gaining.
Hmm.
People would then will bring it to you and say, well, the Native Americans wouldn't say that this was a great holiday, or that how they could be that could be a mockery made of them, or of their lineage or their ancestral history given to the holiday of how it came about. And so with time and evolution, and as things grow on, being able to transmute or transform that sense of pain that was associated with the historical aspect of Thanksgiving, and being able to turn it into something beautiful, like what you just explained about communing and setting the intentions with the energy harnessing out of love and with family and friends. So I do like that. That's kind of scorpionic. You feel me? Like
It's definitely it's scorpionic. And above all, we have to understand that the more powerful something is, the more it utilizes both sides of itself.
mm,
So, yes, there is pain with this holiday. There is suffering. There's a history that is also negative on this holiday. And so, if we utilize the positive of it, there's nothing to transmute. Now, if you are capable of transmuting energy, your energy will be strong, your ashe will reach further, and you can pull from the pain of the natives while also thinking of what you are grateful for the future as you exist in the moment. That is the most powerful of prayers that could ever exist. Something that pulls from each side and exists in the moment. So if you're capable of that kind of thought, I implore you to pray from there.
mm.
But if nothing else, while you're spending time with your family tomorrow, let's lean into the positive because there's no real work. There's plenty to be grateful for. You're still alive.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. Okay, period. And so, being grateful, we talk about the things that we are grateful for, and what we're thankful for. And so I'm thankful to still be able to rock in my villain era. Hello, I mean, period. I'm thankful for that. I'm giving gratitude and
Yeah.
thanks for that as we continue on the villain series here. Okay. Okay. So, continue it on. And apparently, running out of fucks to give. I just don't. When people have their opinions from the outside looking in, their perception. And I like it. This is why I'm putting this information out here. I'm fully aware of my disclosure of this information. Um, Nobody made me do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm fully aware. And so that's letting you in on a little snapshot of my journey here. And also because I like to be transparent. Um, if I'm elevating, if I'm ascending, if I'm evolving, I want you guys to be a part of that journey as well because I want you to be able to evolve. I want you to be able to heal. I want you to be able to do the same thing. So, in order for me to be able to duplicate that, I'm going to have to show you and lead from the front. And so I don't mind. We could have a good laugh about my life and the people that have played their parts in it, from Joker to a king to a gesture guy. So nevertheless, I digress. We're going to be talking about this week, though, guys. This Thursday, we're going to be talking about losing access in my villain era. So, guys, make sure if you haven't done so, definitely check out last week, guys. That's right, last Thursday. We talked in Thursday before that too. Go check it out. We talking about dating last week in my villain era, right? And then before then, even being okay and accepting being the villain in there, okay? And so now we're in the stage, or because there are different phases, just like you have different phases of life, and you have different phases of going through your journey, and even in your growth. So losing
And
access.
within your relationships.
You said say that again.
I said, and within your relationships. The
Yes.
relationships will be coming and going, and you'll have to navigate these relationships in regards to the person you're in the relationship with. You should not be operating just one way and treating everyone the same because then you're forcing everyone to treat you one way.
Mm,
Not only should you be existing authentically, but you should be allowing others to exist authentically within your own space, energy, and dynamic. So you would need to treat them how you treat people that treat how you treat people that treat you however they treat you.
mm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Each person you're dealing with, you're getting to know them, but you're getting to know yourself in regards to your understanding of them.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Right.
Yeah. And so you have to deal with them one on one. I can't treat you how I treated the last person because the last person didn't treat me how you treat me.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So the more you operate in that manner, the more you get to know yourself. And I have
Mm-hmm.
to explain these things. I have to, because you're saying it and it sounds, and people go to you being the Joker, you know, and it's so much bigger than that. We're talking about actually living an authentic life and allowing people to exist within your world authentically. And you, even if you exist within that opportunity or experience as the bad guy, being okay with it because you learned more about yourself, more about what you require, more about what you enjoy, more you learned more that can take you further into who you want to be.
Mm. I like that.
And so that's the space where we're coming from. It's not that you just out here being the bad guy,
Right.
because please
Right.
understand, I can't understand how people call themselves spiritualists and then they believe there is a such thing as the good and the bad guy. That does not exist. It's just people at opposing odds or people with different understandings. And so, you know, they're just taking their shots. They're not necessarily taking shots at you. They're just taking the shots they can take based on their understanding and what they want. And
Right.
everyone should be creating their own life. So it should be okay. And like I had to explain, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to take over because you are really doing your thing. But
No,
I'm
you
trying to
good.
make Yeah, I want people to understand what's going on because I had to explain this to my 9-year old. I keep trying to tell her about making choices in her life and
Mm.
how you have to slow down so that you can recognize a choice when it shows up. And the sooner you tap into the now and start recognizing those opportunities to pick or to choose what you want that's going to lead you closer to where you want to be, the further along you'll go and the faster you'll move at that pace and the more you'll get on that vibration and you'll actually become what you want to become. And so of course I didn't explain it to a 9-year old like that, but the conversation I had with her was simply that I'm giving you all this information right now. So I, as your mother, have to teach you to either create the life you want so you can be happy or to be okay with the life you end up with based on the choices I'm watching you make.
Right.
That's my job as your mother. And so I, as your mother, will always have your back, but I don't have to be nice about it.
Mm.
You can't, when I've done everything that I have done, will do, and am going to do for you, I'm telling you, I will always have your back. But do you want to be the daughter of a mean mother?
Mm-mm.
This is a choice because I have already done all that I can do. And if you're not going to tap in so that you can one day be capable of taking care of yourself when I know you're capable and I have to do it, you can't make me smile about it. I don't owe you that.
Mm.
And that's just the real of it. And so I need adults to understand this too. It's the same experience when we have to get back to the reason for the show. What are we talking about today?
Losing access, cause that's how you had
There
lost
we go.
access. Cause
That's it.
you ain't do it. You ain't do what she
Yeah.
just said. That's why you
Yes.
lost access.
Yes. My daughter will never lose access to me. She will never lose access to my love of her and what I'm willing to do for her, but you will lose access to my kindness. You will lose access to my patience. You will lose access to any kind of fun times we could have because I'm not going to be excited about being around you, dealing with you, or watching you suffer. It's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be good for me. So, yes, this is how you lose access.
Mm, mm, mm. Dang. So got to be more careful. So and that was losing access with kindness. And I think that when it comes to even relationships, and we just talked about dating last week. And so when we're talking about now losing access, in a relationship aspect, um, And I've learned, right, a part of loving myself and really taking myself seriously though. Um, I have to be willing to make those decisions that aren't the most comfortable. They are the most difficult ones, the ones that pull on your heartstrings, the ones that play on your emotions. And then it's like, okay, now I
Mhm.
got to think mind over over matter, mind over heart. Like I really got to sit down and think logically and practically about the decisions that I make in my life. And because though I will have the experience and the lessons that I'll learn from the experience, but I don't want to keep repeating the damn same lesson. So
Yeah.
I don't want
Mhm.
I don't want to
Mhm.
keep hitting my head and keep learning the same lesson, not applying what I'm learning. And we're in Sagittarius season, and Sagittarius represent that action.
Mhm.
Okay, we just transformed from Scorpio, right? We just transform and transmute. Now it's time to put forth that action. Don't sit your ass down now. This ain't the time. This is the time. You got to get up off your ass and put forth the action to make it happen. You can have faith, but without works, without you putting forth the effort in meeting, doing your part, even in co-creating with the universe, not even aside from relationship.
Mhm. Yes. Ring
Man.
your bell. You didn't ring the bell. Yes.
So once we learn how to take ourselves more seriously and really having gaining discipline within ourselves, though, I find for me, I know I'm a Scorpio. Period. What Tyrese said, I met a Scorpio.
Mhm.
It made him say the Michael Jackson. You didn't even know Tyrese
Probably.
could go that high, but he's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That Scorpio made him hit the Michael Jackson.
You're
Then
a mess.
then he said she had no limit to where she go, boy. She was so sensual, boy. She just okay. Anyway, moving on.
But
So,
that gets the bell. Really?
oh,
Oh, oh, you so funny.
you know, learning how to create boundaries for myself is important, and standing on those boundaries, standing strong on those boundaries that I create, and it's been working for me, right? Standing on my 10, standing my ground, being serious about me. I remember my last relationship. I remember I told him, I said, if you think this is a game and you gonna play in my face, I said, if it ever comes down between, if I had to choose between me and you, I'm always going to choose me every single time. And I
Mhm.
think I left maybe the next day. And then I was dead ass serious. I stood on
Mhm.
my 10. And I was very serious about myself. I want change. I want to grow and evolve, and I'm taking myself seriously this year. A lot of us, we be talking. We do a lot of talking about what we want, but we're not willing to do the work. We're not willing to make the hard decisions, the uncomfortable ones that's going to make you step outside of your comfort zone, the ones that's going to try and test your character, the ones where you're going to have to, if your integrity is still intact, are you still moving accordingly in how you said? You know what I mean? So these are the things that I've had to personally learn and how to implement losing access to all this goodness. Okay, just spirit. Can I get a minute? Okay. When you lose access to all my energy, the nurturing, the caring, the support, because a lot of times I find that when I'm overextending myself, when I'm pouring into you and I'm not receiving ain't too much back, that's a problem for me. And so I'm at a space now. I've had enough experience where I'm able to realize or recognize that a lot sooner, and not going past these red flags.
Is
Um,
it red flags or it's just that you're a
that's why I put
healer?
little quotations because I was like,
Yeah. We need to clarify because a lot of people say spiritual women are the worst.
yeah,
Yeah, and they think we're wishy washy. But at the end of the day, I mean, I can think when I'm coming in that I can help you. I can think that we can help each other. I can know that there's things within you that I can learn and grow and evolve from. But after I get into this space, I might realize that there's no space for my evolution while you'll be the only one evolving.
Right.
I'll be moving backward. I'll be reliving a pain that I didn't want to live the first time. And so now I have to choose me. And it's it's really that simple. And I wish more people understood, because a lot of people are living lives where we want to give the tolerance and compassion that we should be giving to others to ourselves.
Right.
We want to, like my like someone told me when I told them they should take care of themselves. Well, times are changing. And I had to explain to them, yeah, somebody is deciding they don't want to take care of themselves, and somebody else is deciding that's okay. That's
Mm.
what's actually going on. And so, what I explain to them is that your job is to have compassion for your fellow man. When they're unable to take care of themselves for whatever reason, you're supposed to have compassion for the fellow man. But when it comes to you, you should be loving yourself first. And so, if at any point you're unable to take care of yourself, you should be looking for help. You should be trying to fix that on some level, because this is you. No one's going to advocate for you other than you. And
Hmm.
so it's nice to be gentle with yourself, but remember, life is about balance. Because we try to tell each other that be gentle with yourself. No, sometimes you need to be hard on yourself and just get the heck up and do what you need to do.
Right.
And sometimes, if you can't, you need to be looking out for help. You need to be figuring out a way to get through the hump, because it's not what was expected for you here.
Mm.
It's not that you're supposed to be here suffering, unloved, untaken care of. You should be feeling completely connected to all things and everything around you, everyone around you. So when you have a problem, if there's no one to reach out to, that is a problem.
Hmm.
That's something that needs to be fixed. And I implore people again to truly love yourself, not in terms of just accepting your own bullshit. Because you know me, I cuss you out about you. Not only am I serious about me, but I'm serious about you too.
Hmm.
I will cuss you out about yourself.
Right.
That's who I am. You're not going to mistreat my friend. I don't give a damn if it is you. You're not going to let nobody else mistreat you either. It don't go like that. Why? Because I'm serious about me. So I'm going to be serious about you too. A
Right.
person who is incapable of being serious about themselves is incapable of being serious about another person.
That's a fact.
So if you cannot take care of you, you can't even expect for the relationship to be perfect. All that you can expect is that you have something to learn. That should bring patience out of you. That should
Mm.
bring compassion, because you're the one who has some lessons to learn. It's not to say that the other person doesn't have them,
Hmm.
but you definitely need to learn.
Yep. Wow. All I'ma say is once I learn how to put them skirts on, nah, I'm just playing. Like, yeah, 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 yeah. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, I've had this one guy, no lie, this one guy, and he kept, he got my number, and he was texting me, and he was saying, I'm gonna call you around 1 o'clock. I'm gonna call you around 1 o'clock. He's a young dude, like 34 or something like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm already a little tired. I had work that morning. So I said, but okay, I'll be, ready to take the call at 1. 1 o'clock came and gone. 1:05, 1:10, 1:15. I was like, oh no. 1:20, 1:23. I didn't answer. He texted me, oh, well, text me when you get some time. So I didn't text him. I didn't text him. My thing is like this. When you set the intentions, you're the one that's setting the stage. I'm seeing what you about. This is your first impression with me. And some people may say, oh, you kind of asshole. And I am about me. I know I'm particular about how I know how I am. So if I'm already taking this up front, then I already know I won't probably be able to take your word, your value. Like, okay, what you say you really don't mean because you just proved that off the rip.
And you will play with my time. That's the only thing I have. I got the same 24 hours everybody else has, but I'm operating with mine a special way. And so when I make time for you and you don't take up the time I allotted for you, you have lost access to that time.
That
And
man,
you required that time to make me answer your next phone call. So
and
if you
hey,
forfeited that time, it's like you were at an interview and you didn't show up. You was late. So what do you want me to do? If I accept this in the beginning, what can I expect from you in the future?
yep, yep. That's the thing. When I accept things, and that's what I had to learn. I be accepting things up front, knowing and then I can't even be mad on the back end because I already knew what I was willing to accept in the front. You got to take accountability on that. So I'm like, now I'm in a place that I ain't doing it. I ain't working from behind. You know what I'm saying? This in the
Mhm.
front at the beginning here. And so that young man kept calling. He blew my phone up. Text me. A week later, text me. You could have been grown and could have just said something if you weren't interested. He was getting mad.
I'm gonna gaslight you.
You could have been grown. I still
You could
ain't.
have been
I still
grown.
ain't.
You could have been grown. Being grown would have meant you come to your appointment that you set on time.
Yeah, multiple
You
times. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. Okay.
you
So
wasted my time and you didn't have a viable reason. Because if he
I
texted
was
you, I know
cleaning
you
out
could have
my
looked
car.
at it.
Oh,
It
I'm
ain't just
sorry. I was cleaning out my car. What?
really. Wow. Okay. And then what do you think when they say that? Because it's like, why was the car so important? This is the first time I'm talking to you. Why was the car so important? Why could you pause with your day and spend a few moments to be on time for me and be in the moment?
Girl, it be stuff like that. That
Why?
just situations.
Yeah, why would you set an appointment for the time you gonna be at work cleaning your car?
So I just was like, that was a turn off. So no, you lost access. That man kept on texting, so he stopped right after. Maybe he'll get them. He'll get the memo. He went back up to the dating app where we match, girl, and
Mhm.
started talking this. I'm like, bro, come on. You could have really, and mind you, he was an Aries. So crazy. So yeah, you lost access, Pooh, off the real. Just off of that, boo. Um,
So
so
Barbara,
so losing access for me, I've really gotten,
so
I got
Barbara,
kind of strict.
I'm sorry.
I'm kind of strict now, nah.
Gotta be serious about you.
Right, right. And so understanding that dynamic, understanding that and owning that and taking accountability. I'm loving it. I'm loving where I'm at. I'm loving the being the villain, that young man, bless his heart. Bless all the young men's hearts who may have lost access to me. Because I'm just not willing to overextend myself. I am in the receiving season. This is the season of harvest. I didn't planted too many damn seeds around this bit. What? Let me get back. I need to come back and get collect. Is you talking about? People just take, and don't give nothing back.
Mhm.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. No
Yeah.
good energy. No currency. No nothing. You just
Mhm.
that gets tiring. So if you're tired like I was tired, you're going to set those boundaries and take yourself serious. And you are going to start making people lose access to you, to your energy, to who you are, your time. Time is money unless they're going to pay you that cash out. You feel me? And $40 ain't going to get it no more. That ain't going to get no feeling no more. It's 45 to 50 now. Inflation. Thank you.
Okay.
Period. I'm just saying it ain't $40 no more. So don't y'all stop saying that because it's more. I
Look,
cannot
when
take
they say $40, they're actually expecting some good. You
I'm
talk
gonna keep
about a
that.
conversation. I wish more women would take themselves that seriously. Because they
$40.
can only get what they can get.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what happens because a lot of women want to act like you and they are technically the bad guy. Why? Because your conversation is trash. It's not a good conversation. You want to make the man pay for the conversation and you don't understand words in the dictionary. So you're misusing words and taking things personal that weren't personal, that are just nature, and you're making it hell to talk to you. So why would they pay even $40 for the conversation? And that's just a hard truth. That's something that we have to accept about who we are and how we are. You
Mm,
can't put high value prices on something that's cheap,
she, yeah,
or no one's gonna buy it. That's just how it works. It's no insult to the person who made the inexpensive item,
yeah.
but to whoever it's cheap to, they're not going to purchase it. So if everyone thinks it's cheap, what do you get?
Mm,
So
mm-hmm.
this is what we're talking about: making choices, valid choices. Every woman can't say no. You have to pay to have a conversation because every woman doesn't have conversation.
Right,
The same way every woman can't get up and twerk on the pole, can't ride ride the surfboard. That you got to work with what you got. That means you have to get to know yourself.
right.
You have to understand your strengths, and you have to play into those strengths, whatever they are. I don't knock anyone for anything they do. I think riding that surfboard and hopping on that pole is just as valid as having a conversation. Because my grandmother told me that every hoe is not a woman, but every woman is a hoe.
Mm. Okay, girl.
So,
Period.
no knocking.
I forgot it is the bell. Yeah.
There.
Okay. Every time I'll be weekend and need anyway, moving on. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode here at Dria Talks Thursdays. This was a good one here. Happy holidays to all.
Happy
Enjoy your
holidays.
families. Happy Turkey Day. I'm gonna say happy. Okay, no, that was Tuesday. That was okay. Anyway, that was
And if it's not happy for you, we hope you transcend into a space where you can turn it into something happy for you.
yeah. Namaste. Peace and
Namaste.
blessings, guys. Have a great Thursday. Have a great Turkey Day. We'll see you next week. Peace.